This demonstration we're going to look at cloning a virtual machine. Now this is quite a handy little thing. Let's say we want to do some software development tests on one of our virtual machines. We don't actually want to modify the production virtual machine. We like to make a copy of the production virtual machine in order to run the tests. So what we can do within the virtual machine manager console is make an identical copy of that virtual machine. Now the only thing we have to do is ensure that the virtual machine is powered down. So if I have a look at CAP01 for example and right click, we can see that the clone functionality is greyed out. So we have WinCore virtual machine, and what we're going to do here is we're going to clone this virtual machine, and what we're going to do is we're going to call it WinCore clone. Owner will be myself, and what we'll do is create a description of copy of VM for software testing. Now that we've done all that, next thing to do, select next. One of the things you can see that we can do with this as well is we can actually modify the hardware as we're doing the clone as well. We're not going to bother modifying the hardware though in this demonstration. We're going to store that virtual machine actually in the library. So we're going to store it in the library. We can then take that virtual machine from the library and then store it within our test and dev environment. So we'll click next at this point here. Specify our library server. Specify the virtual machine path. I'll just stick it in the root of my library share. Then I'll click the next button, then I'll click the create button, and then that will start creating and cloning the virtual machine. So now it's just copying all the files in the background. This will take a little while, so what we'll do here is we'll just pause the video while we're waiting for the clone to finish. Well, as you can see, it's finished creating that clone of the virtual machine, so we'll just close down the jobs menu, come to our library. Within our library we can see the actual clone virtual machine. What we could now do if we wanted, we could right click and deploy this onto our test and dev environment, test the software. Once we're happy with that, we've got two options. We can either make the same software changes to the original virtual machine, or we could use the clone to actually clone back to the original virtual machine. So that's the end of the demonstration. Thanks very much.